y'all, welcome back. All right, let's dive into the messages, see what Divine Holy Spirit has for the collective. So y'all, I can tell you a meditation briefly. The message was short and sweet. It had to do with if given, I guess given the chance or to do things differently, but differently in a good way, like a way that you've never really thought things through. Like it would be nice to have the house, but okay, say you're given the house, right? Then what? Like how, like what comes after that? Like expanding your thinking beyond what it is that you've possibly already manifested. So I feel like that's the crowd that I'm speaking to. Those who do believe in manifestation and have put that energy out there to be able to receive. So I guess this is about believing that it's going to come to you because it will. And then when it does, what's the next step, right? So that's the energy here. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What do you have for the collective? What's the collective need to be made aware of? I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. I love reading the comments and responding when applicable. But yeah, I do appreciate your overall support. So right back at you. Thank you so much. When the opportunity presents itself. There you go. All right, let's see what else we have here. With that Ace of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, I'm already hearing the opportunity and someone else being passed over to get to you, right? That's what I immediately understood about that Ace of Pentacles reverse. All right, that might be it, y'all. Let me see. One more. All right. Okay, look at that. Ace of Wands bottom. Well, Ace of Wands was the last card to flip out. But we have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So possibly coming out of some sort of depression. So I feel like the clouds are being removed at this time. It has been a very hurtful, painful process that you've just gone through, from what I understand, with this Three of Swords reverse. Like very painful. Like you've probably not ever experienced anything this significantly painful ever before in life, because it's almost like it was all impacted in just a series of events, like based over the course of maybe 10 years, right? It was hard for that sunshine to come out in your life to where things, you know, were hopeful and getting better. It just seems like maybe it was just like some sort of stagnancy, you know, all throughout that period of time. Just because you were expecting things to kind of be misfortunate in your life or go wrong, or, you know, you were just always kind of expecting, I don't want to say the worst case scenario, but it's almost like as if you had been conditioned at the latter end of it to where, okay, I'm pretty used to this now, so I know something good has to happen now. So with the channel energy, it's like, okay, so now that, you know, you have manifested and here it comes. So then what? What's next? Like, don't stop there. So that Ace of Pentacles reverse was everything, you know, that pertained to, you know, okay, so we're going to skip over, like if this was a committee, a deciding committee, that, okay, so Sheila's not going to get the new house on 252 Avery Lane. We're going to go ahead and consider Shelly for the new house on 2525 Avery Lane, right? So it's just, I feel like there are just some miraculous circumstances here, like just things showing up in your favor, because I feel like it's going to come to some sort of shock, because that's where we are with this, coming out of that dark space. And now just when things happen, it's almost as if we could call it miraculous, because, you know, it's just we weren't expecting it. So there is a Passover energy because it's coming to you, because you're the one who's next in line. You deserve it. Now, there have been some misfortunate events that possibly put you in a place to where you stop, you know, manifesting positivity. Maybe with that Three of Swords, it was just really bad to where you fell into a deep depression. So it was really, really hard to kind of claim, you know, the light. But I feel like you were hopeful still at the end of the day that something was going to change. Now, right on top of that Ace of Pentacles reverse is the Ten of Cups. So this is ultimate happiness right here. So when I said that miraculous event, or I want to say maybe chain of events start to kick in, it's like, whoa. You know, like I knew there was a such thing as a promised land, but I never thought I was going to reach it. That's that Ten of Cups energy. So that could be the new person, you know, the ideal person that, you know, you had all, your whole list made out of who your ideal mate would be, and, you know, their contributions to the relationship, how you would like it to be, how you would like them to look. I don't know, whatever you guys wanted, it's coming to you with this Ten of Cups, right? Because you've been so patient, and you have been skipped over numerous times, but not any longer, because that Ten of Cups is here. All right, let's see what else is here. I'm going to flip these cards over and get into it. I'm going to kind of place them back underneath these two cards here. So what I just turned over is the Nine of Wands. We have the Four of Cups, the Five of Swords, and a Chariot. So the Chariot, of course, is a movement. So this speaks to me independence. This speaks to me of someone who's well equipped. So they were ready to weather whatever storm was going to be present in their life. So even if they knew it was going to be a hurricane or tornado season was here, they were ready. And they were ready to make movement too. If they needed to move and get up and out. I'm not speaking specifically on like if that was the actual physical weather, but I'm talking just about energy, like the weather, like the emotions of things, like, oh, here we go through the storm again, or I'm in the eye of the storm, so to speak, because things got so heavy. But that Chariot means that you're always prepared. That's how I'm looking at that. So the Nine of Wands means, you know, taking that action, but you're one away from the 10, and the 10 would be completion. And the 9 is just like kind of stopping to rest and, you know, take a gather of things and think about all the things that you've been through. Possibly you may have had the opportunity to kind of share your story or testimony with someone recently that caused you to even go back like, oh my God, I forgot all about that time, you know? So I feel like that Nine of Wands is what's happening with that. This Four of Cups has everything to do, I feel, with creativity, kind of just looking outside of the box. So when I was speaking on, you know, the manifestation possibly being forgotten or not being as powerful as it once was in your life, this is this opportunity to say, okay, so if I do get the house, then what? You know, like making that like a reality and already claiming it as, yes, I'm going to get the house. Like it's no question about it at this point. And now we have to figure out, okay, so what's next after that, right? Now, this Five of Swords, I feel like could also be self-sabotage, or it could just be people in your ear. So people you're kind of sharing your story with, and then, you know, that thing pops up that might kind of challenge you or trigger you. I feel like there might be somebody to say, yeah, I remember that time. And it's like they're not really playing into the positive part of, yeah, I remember that time. It's more like, yeah, so what makes you think that you're going to get the house? You know, watch out for that. That Chariot energy means you can weather any storm. So say this person is a family member who's that, you know, that naysayer or that one that just doesn't have anything polite or nice or encouraging to say. They're still going to be there because they also need to witness this miraculous event that's about to take place, right? And that Chariot card is just to keep on moving, don't stop. So when that naysayer comes along with that negative energy, because they are, I mean, they just, you know, that's just who they are, right? And you love them, but there are just some things you just kind of got to roll with the punches. Chariot energy, right? When I said weathering the storm, okay? But just kind of, you know, keep this into perspective because you're still yet so fragile. But then at the same time, you're about to get hit with this miraculous energy. All right, so I'm seeing the Justice card here in reverse, but I'm not sure what this pertains to because it was kind of separate over off to the left, away from, you know, the other energies here. But let me see what's happening here. With this Seven of Wands reverse, the Three of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Wands right on top of that. So give me just one moment. So I'm already feeling like justice did not go in someone's favor, but this is not your energy collective because it is off to the side, to the left. So I feel like if I were looking at like a past, present, future sort of thing, this would be like present, like past, present energy, because they're not going into the future with this attitude. But there's a reason why the Justice card is in the reverse, because someone had other expectations for you. Whether you've known this or not, but possibly the Three of Swords reverse energy that you've been through might have to do with the energy over here to the left on the sidelines, right? I'll call that area the sidelines because that's where they are. They expected things to go a lot differently had they been able to tell the story, how they planned it out for you. You would not be in this energy of miracles happening, right? So this Seven of Wands also lets me know that, you know, if you fell, they weren't going to be there to catch you. With the Three of Wands, they would have been there like, awesome, it worked. Like, I knew she wasn't going to make it, or I knew he wasn't going to fulfill, you know, whatever desires that they had that, you know, this person knew about. Because have them tell it Justice reverse, you weren't going to succeed at anything if they had it their way, right? So that Seven of Wands reverse has everything to do with them falling to their own traps. Every trap that they set for you, they've now succumbed to. But the funny part about it, they were watching and waiting for you to fail, but now they have to watch and wait for your arrival, right? To witness your achievements. They have to sit back and view this now. They have no choice. They have to sit there and wait. So you think about it, that all those things that they tried against you, representing themselves in the wands that they succumbed to, they now have to use those as some sort of support. So they could take like 3 out of those 6 wands that are taking over their lives and trying to stand up on them. So it's like somebody, like a chair with 3 legs, right? It's shaky. But they have no choice to rely on what that is, because that's the only thing left for them. And who's holding the 4th chair leg? This is the Ace of Wands. This is what they know, because their back is turned to this Ace of Wands. But they know that you're holding that 4th chair leg. I hope that makes sense. You're holding that 4th chair leg. That would be ultimately the support for their chair, but they can't sit down. Because you have it. You have the opportunity. You've taken the main thing away from them that they would have needed to be comfortable. But instead they have to stand and they have to wait. They have to wait on your abundance, or to witness it. If they had it their way, the abundance would have been coming to them. But instead, of course, it's coming to you. Actually, it's being returned to you. Let me get some clarifiers here. Spirit, can you clarify the energy here? So you're holding the 4th chair leg, or it's like the 4th chair leg is being given to you and not to them. So it's like you'll constantly have whatever it is that they need, but they'll never be able to get it. All right, there we are. Let's see what that is. Community card at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like, again, like a crowd's gathering to watch your glow up, you know? Because for some reason, I'm led to believe that it's not just one person. It's not 2 people. It's a few people who need to witness this, just based on this 3 of Swords reverse energy and how you got there. There are few instances and situations over the course of the years that you were kind of collecting names. Like, okay, yeah, I see you. But I'll have the last laugh is what you said. All right, y'all. So we have the child card, change, and thoughts here. So this fell out on top of this Ten of Cups energy. But hold on one moment. All right, so the change card is very important here because this is a brand new outlook. I mean, you can clarify that with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Ace of Wands. So it's a brand new with change card here. The child card here makes me feel like structure. Like possibly finally there's going to be like a permanent foundation here. So if you have a small child, this may have to do with being in a place to where you know you're not going to get shuffled around, or you're not going to have to be at a risk of, you know, being in the hands of instability, is what I'm feeling here. And then the thoughts card, you'll just be a distant memory for someone because they weren't ever meant to be a part of this glow up by the way that they treated you with this Three of Swords reverse energy. Like they sealed their own fate. Now, there possibly could have been a chance, but, you know, the way things were going and, you know, them on their own journey and choosing not to do the right thing and go through the transition and the awakening, they chose not to, you know, change their life, their ways for the better. So right now, what I'm feeling is like you have to be immortalized to them. And that's the only way that they'll be able to have you in their lives, is a memory of you, a picture of you. Because I feel like wherever it is that you're going, they're not going to be able to follow. And I'm talking about physically. Like there possibly will always be something that's blocking them, whether their car won't start when they're on the way to visit, or they lose the car so they can't get to you, or, you know, if they want to take the bus or the plane or whatever. I just feel like something's going to get in the way of them physically reaching you. So the child card also, I'm being drawn back here. So this also is giving me happiness here with this child card. Because it's going to be like even if it's like just yourself and your child, there's going to be so much happiness there because of this new transitioning beginning, right? Change card. So yeah, you guys, that's what I have. I hope this helps.